Hey everybody over at movies.com. It is the Schmoes No Movie Show. I'm Kristian.
And I am Mark. And Kristian, this week we mourn the loss of one of the funniest people to ever work in film as a director, a writer, and actor. The one, the only, Mr. Harold Ramis, R.I.P.
R.I.P. He was a triple threat in comedy, man. This guy was awesome and just such a, from what everybody said, the accounts of him on set, just a genuinely good guy, an inspiration to people. And so we just thought it would be nice to, in honor of him, we're going to do the top 5 Harold Ramis movies. It could cover writing, it could cover acting, it could cover directing. Here's our list.
He did it all, and he had some ones that may surprise you, some ones you're like, oh yeah, he was in that, he did write that, he directed that, that's awesome. So here we go. At number 5 is a film that you probably, maybe it was the first time some of you met Harold Ramis, with Stripes, opposite Bill Murray in 1981.
Man, it was so funny. I believe he co-wrote it as well.
He wrote it, yeah.
Yeah, and so he wrote that one, and you just saw the dynamic of him and Bill Murray right then and there. And it's just a lot of fun of these two dopes that really shouldn't be anywhere near tanks, and they are, and it's a blast.
What's amazing is that he's kind of the default straight man in that, but he still finds a way to have his own quirky sense of humor injected in there. He's not just letting Bill Murray have all the laughs, or Larry Cat or John Candy, but he's so generous in giving to make that a great ensemble piece, as well as something that features the chemistry between him and Bill Murray, something that we'll see again on this list in a couple more slots.
And the rest, 4 through 1, are all movies on my favorite list of all time.
Oh, so you can't put Stripes on your favorite list of all time?
I love Stripes, but the next 4 are just ones to me that are just, they mean a lot to me personally.
What do you got?
Number 4, I'm going with Groundhog Day.
What do you got?
Groundhog Day.
What do you got?
I'm going with Groundhog Day. It is a great, great movie. Again, working with Bill Murray, the back and forth, this just despicable weatherman who has to spend his same day over and over and over again, spending the same day over and over. It's a lot of fun.
And one of those days he actually interacted with Harold Ramis on screen as the doctor who says, look, there's nothing wrong with you. We think that maybe you just need to get some sleep. And then Harold Ramis is also the director of Groundhog Day. So he's the one pulling the string. He's the wizard behind that curtain. And man, what a movie that continues to be today. It's one of the most rewatchable films you'll ever see.
Absolutely. All right, then in number 3, I know you're very excited about this.
Yeah, I think that Bill Murray has the greatest comic performance in the history of movies, and that is in Ghostbusters as Peter Venkman. But Egon Spangler, again, it's a lot like their chemistry in Stripes. Then you throw Dan Aykroyd as Ray Stanton in The Mist, and Ernie Hudson as Winston Zeddemore. How about Rick Moranis? How about Sigourney Weaver? It's Ghostbusters, ladies and gentlemen.
There's a lot of good people in it, and him as Egon, and he wrote it, and it was directed by Ivan Reitman. And this movie is a classic. It's one that you remember, like when you remember the classic Ghostbusters, how do you not forget Egon? Everyone remembers Egon because he was the guy, again, who put it all together. He was the brains behind it all. He was Bill Gates.
Important safety tip. Thanks, Egon.
Number 2, these are tough to go between 2 and 1, but number 2, we're going to go with Food Fight! Animal House. He wrote it, he got his buddy John Belushi in it, and it is just, I mean, when you think of comedy, it's very hard to not put it on the number 1 list of comedies of all time.
I feel like our number 1 choice is very justified at number 1. I think Animal House is the funniest movie ever made. It wrestles between that and Monty Python the Holy Grail for me, but Animal House is such an influential movie when you talk about somebody who wants to be funny, and you see that movie, and again today, I saw it recently, I'm on the floor howling at every scene in that film.
It's again a testament to what Harold Ramis did as far as his wit and how he was able to communicate with comedic actors because of his time in Second City and the back and forth and the connections that he had. He understood what it was. It wasn't just, okay, here's a joke, be funny. It was, you saw the real levels of what he could do, especially in this film.
Absolutely. Now, John Landis directed Animal House, but the man who directed Caddyshack is the guy we're talking about. Harold Ramis, that was his first directorial debut, and it was such a mess on set, and then you see the finished product, and it's got 4 of the greatest comedic performances in history.
So what? So what? So let's dance! That was the brilliance of what Harold Ramis did here, too. He took the risk, again, working with Bill Murray, knew how to use Bill Murray, utilize him, Chevy Chase, the back and forth, and then he took the shot with an older comedian named Rodney Dangerfield. You'd never really heard of him. He comes out and he just steals the show, and you have to really pay respects to Ramis and the fact that he just let him go. He let these guys go and do their thing. He cut a movie, and it's my favorite comedy of all time.
And please don't forget Ted Knight as Judge Schmoes. And that's kind of what set this chain of events that led to all these other great films that we're talking about here. And again, there's so many honorable mentions you could have, too. I mean, one of your other favorite comedies.
Holiday Road Vacation.
Please don't sing. That makes nobody smile.
I'm a much better singer than you. My God, sing Van Halen.
Holiday Road.
Point taken. So that's mine. He's got a lot of other things. I know that he's written so much stuff over the years and produced. It's a really, really sad, sad time that we lose such a comedic genius.
Yeah, but we have all these great movies to watch. Again, Ghostbusters is maybe it's one of the best comedic performances I've ever seen. Animal House, maybe my favorite comedy of all time. So thank you for everything that Harold Ramis has given to us and all the greatness that we will continue to rewatch over and over again as the years, decades, and centuries roll by. In theaters this weekend, there's no Harold Ramis film, but you do have Non-Stop with Liam Neeson. I hope that's not a comedy. I hope that it takes itself seriously as an action movie.
And a gut-busting one coming out as well, Son of God. Make sure you check that one out. It's coming. Is that not right?
it's right, all right.
Alrightmovies.com. So what about you guys? What are your favorite Harold Ramis movies of all time? List them below. And again, it's really sad that we lost this dude.
This is the Schmoes Know Movie Show on Movies.com. That is Kristian. I am Mark. Thank you guys for watching. Harold Ramis, you will be missed.